Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. This is Sav with Abysmal Gentleman. Today taking a look at two of the ships I've designed over the last 2 days. The Typhoon Fighter and the Nova Dropship. Let's take a look at the Typhoon Fighter first. It's your basic heavy fighter meant to be deployed from either the Kraken battleship or Legion assault carrier, or some of the other ships I've currently been designing that will also have bays and be able to hold a ship about this size. It's a larger fighter. I do have some in the works that are a little bit smaller than this, so this would be one that could almost be used as solo patrol as well, where it doesn't really necessarily need to be deployed. It can be kind of its own little vessel as well. It's relatively heavily armed with 7 Gatling turrets around the cockpit right here, allowing for precise aim, and then 2 non-reloadable rocket launchers in the front. I kind of went with the non-reloadables for a few reasons, mostly because they're faster firing, and it would have kind of muddled the design had I had to worry about making the reloadable ones actually be reloadable. And it would have been back there, and I would have had to worry about losing some power and trading out a reactor for a conveyor or a medium cargo container, and I just didn't feel like that was necessary at the time, because you really do need that second large reactor. So if we get in it, we can see that's relatively slow, but it's got very good handling with a lot of gyroscopes on it. It has 50 gyroscopes overall located in both sides of the wing, so 25 on either side of the wing, which is both a good thing and a bad thing really, because it provides maximum mobility. But if you're ever hit in the wing, you end up losing 25 of your gyroscopes almost immediately because they're clustered together pretty tightly. So taking a look at the weapons right here. The Gatling guns fire in a nice precise pattern that would allow you to dogfight relatively well with other craft, and the missile turrets, or not missile turrets, the missile launchers are located in a place where they aren't going to tend to hit your own ship, which is always good. And they're right there in the front, so they allow for very precise firing. Alright, now that we're back, let's go ahead and take a look at the Nova Dropship. It kind of ended up looking like the Pelican from Halo, but I didn't really intend for that to be the case. I tried to make it kind of my own design, but in the end it kind of just ended up looking like that. It has most of its power from these 2 very large nacelles in the back, where most of the gyroscopes as well as the rear-facing engines are located, as well as some of the side engines. They provide it a lot of acceleration and not the greatest stopping power. This vessel has very few front-facing engines, so it doesn't really stop on a dime, but at that same time it's meant to get to the destination as quickly as possible and doesn't really have to worry about maneuvering too much. It's never actually meant to be in dogfights. It's meant to kind of avoid them while taking pot shots as it goes. With if you had 2 Typhoon fighters on either side of this Nova dropship, I'm sure it would get to its destination and perfectly fine. Its armaments have 2 Gatling turrets up here, as well, or I keep saying turrets, Gatling guns up there, as well as 3 hidden ones on each side in either wing. And then it has the reloadable rocket launchers and connectors right here, so it can refuel and rearm itself with relative ease. It has 2 lights here in front, so it can see what it's doing if it approaches larger vessels or stations. It has a tendency to possibly be going in darker environments, so I thought the lights were necessary. Here in the back, we have access to the crew compartment, or the troop area, I guess it would be a more apt name for it. Press a button to get up here, and you can go right in here. It's just large enough to fit in here. You can't even jump, really. These 2 buttons control the door as well as the lights in the very back. You can turn the lights off and on because you really don't need them while you're flying, but you could very well use them while you're exiting the ship, especially in a hostile environment. Have plenty of seats in here to fit an entire platoon of troops, if that's the proper size for them. I wouldn't know. Alright, if we exit again, we can go up front and actually get inside the ship and take for a little bit of a spin. Let's go ahead and get in here. Alright. So if we tab that, you see that it has very good acceleration, a lot of power from those rear engines. Go ahead and put up our door so it doesn't fly around on us too much. Oh, there we go. Alright. Up, up. Oh no! Oh no, the humanity, I lost the landing gear. Alright, let's just pretend that never happened. Alright, let's completely ignore the fact that I just ripped the back half of my ship off. That never happened. Alright, let's go ahead and show you how the landing gear works. It's relatively simple. It's just piston landing gear, retracts, so it's not so clunky, because I found that if it was just sticking out all the way with just normal blocks, armor blocks, preventing it from, wow, this thing takes forever to stop. I was just noticing that as it's like slowly creeping to a halt, but again, if need be, it can just swing around real fast and use its rear-facing engines to stop its forward momentum. But the landing gear is relatively simple. It just lowers down, and then you can lock it into place, and then you'd lower your door, and your troops would exit, and you'd hopefully be able to get out. One of the things this ship also has is a ejector system, which, if it was filled with metal plates, can be used as an anti-missile system in a little bit of a way. What that does is it will eject the metal plates and kind of prevent missiles from hitting the back engines as much. I actually don't have any loaded in there currently, but it's a basic idea that I've been kind of messing with. I had the idea from another video I saw a few months back, and it seemed like it's pretty sound, as long as the server allows for more than 20 objects to be allowed in space at a time. I know a lot of people lower that to save on bandwidth and all that. But that's all I have for now, and until next time, I'll see you around.